4 o'clock this evening. You can hitch a ride at Fountain Square, P&G Gardens, and even Duke Energy Center. You'll see those Fifth Third Better carts all season long. Good stuff they're doing for all the fans out there. And speaking of the Bengals, good morning, Tri-State's very own Jacqueline D'Agostino. Of course, she is our resident Bengal here. I was just asking you about this morning, how you're feeling. Are you excited about tonight? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's definitely going to be a long day.
Yes.
Because we're starting early with you guys at home here. But I can't believe it's already, this season, or it's my second time around. I feel like it was just Christmas, or Christmas Eve rather, was our last, home game. And I was like freezing, out there. So I can't believe we're already back, to fall and going back there. So I'm excited. That's me during tryouts this
there
year.
You are.
Yeah. Tamika, you love this dance. We were talking about it.
I love this dance. I said she should teach us how to do some of those moves, and then we can maybe entertain y'all during Good Morning Tri-State.
I'll teach you, Tamika.
Please do.
We'll have a lesson. I can teach you the hairography, as we like to call it, All right, so for the morning commute, switching gears here, 71, 75 right here. Right around Buttermilk Pike yesterday. This was kind of a nightmare. Today it looks a whole lot better. So traffic is rolling along. That construction that's typically out there around this time of the morning has cleared up as well. Getting a look at 471 right around Grand Avenue. If you're taking that this morning into the Big Mac Bridge, traffic north and southbound here on 471 is also in very good shape. And our big board is also nice and clear at this hour. So if you're taking 71 this morning, 71 southbound, I know we typically have some construction that's out there, mainly right around MLK. You don't need to worry about it this morning. It's all cleared out. And that drive time from 275 over to Fort Washington Way, timing out to about 17 minutes. Tamika?
All right, Miss Jacqueline, thank you so much. 5:10 your time right now. Another wildfire burning out of control this morning in California. The man now accused of starting it and the lengthy prison sentence that he's facing. Plus, giving back, the retail giant that is going into the community today to get local schools ready for students. Jennifer?
Have you felt a little run down? Maybe your face has been a little scratchy, itchy, maybe your nose? Yeah, the mold count, it is bad. I mean, it is higher than what I've seen here in the last few weeks. So just heads up before you head out the door. Coming up, though, we're really diving into that weekend forecast. New information came in from overnight that I want to make sure you guys see in regards to rain.
You're watching Good Morning Tri-State at 5 on 9 on your side.
And happening right now, another massive wildfire is now burning out of control in California. But this time, police say that they have arrested a suspected arsonist. Forrest Gordon Clark is accused of starting the so-called Holy Fire in Southern California. It's burned more than 6,000 acres and is just 5% contained this morning. 500 firefighters are now battling that blaze over steep terrain.
This is a monster. Who would go out with low humidity and high wind and the highest heat temperatures this time of the year and intentionally set the forest on fire?
Clark is expected to appear in court today and is being held on a $1 million bond. If he's convicted, he could spend the rest of his life in prison. Vice President Mike Pence will visit the Pentagon today to talk about President Trump's proposed Space Force. In June, the president directed the Pentagon to establish the Space Force as the 6th branch of the armed forces. Congressional approval is required to create an entirely new branch of the military. Well, employees for a Cincinnati-based retail giant will get out of the store this afternoon and into the community today, all to give back. More than 200 Macy's employees will volunteer at a pair of Cincinnati schools to get them ready to go back to classes. They'll be refurbishing Frederick Douglass Elementary and also the Spencer Center for Gifted and Exceptional Students. 2018 marks the 13th year of Macy's Give Back Day. And it is 5:16 right now. Here is a live look outside this morning. Not seeing any fog in this picture, but Jennifer, I know that we do have some around the area.
We do, and Tamika, at 5:16, this is what I like to call the get your stretch in, figure out your day, get moving. And last night you may have been even woken up, especially if you're an early morning riser, by some of these soaking showers that came through. I took the radar back to 9, 10 o'clock. We had some good little showers that came through. I mean, I live down in Boone County. All of a sudden I woke up and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And I mean, it was just a downpour. This cell, though, eventually, fell apart. It never turned severe. But that wave of rain, the reason why I'm kind of going back 12 hours is because that is now fresh moisture on the ground and it's going to result in some fog out there. So not an issue for everyone, but it will be hit or miss. And I continue to watch Lunken Airport, which is now at its lowest visibility I've yet to see this morning at only a quarter mile. Wilmington just dropped as well, down to 1 mile. It looks like a lot of southeast Indiana, the west side of Cincinnati, and then dipping there into northern Kentucky, not to mention that east side of town will be our best spots to see fog for today's forecast because it kind of follows the rain line from last night. So what's going on with temperatures? Well, we are once again near the 70-degree mark this morning. The one change, though, will be at least a little noticeable today, is going to be a little bit of a drop in humidity. So we'll end up with highs in the mid 80s, very normal for this time of year with a mostly sunny sky. And no rain out there today. But with dew points lowering into the upper 60s to mid 60s, the humidity will not feel as oppressive or as overwhelming as what it was like yesterday. Then later on tonight, staying partly cloudy, down to 68, still sticky out there, and then tomorrow 86. So the temperature is really similar, but the sky will be different. We're back into rain chances, and there's a weak cold front to our north today that's going to dip in our direction for Friday's forecast. And you'll notice here that it tries to produce a stray shower even for Friday morning. So we'll keep an eye on it, but impact on the morning drive will hopefully not be a thing for us on Friday. As we go into, though, the evening drive, this is where you might run into some either commute issues or, let's just be honest, outdoor event issues. Many food truck things going on this weekend. You've got a Reds game on Friday night, and you've got Riverbend with Chicago and REO Speedwagon. Yeah, I know you guys don't want this to be ruined by rain, but the reality is that when both of those events kick off around 7 o'clock, the rain chance is there, and it will continue through the rest of the evening, eventually fading to the east. So make sure you tune in again tomorrow morning. We'll get the latest look at that kind of future cast for you. But, the setup is for the potential for rain on Friday. As you can see, a lot of the region in the green color there. But now, as we go through the weekend, Saturday is the day where we have pretty much all week had about a 40% chance for rain out there. Future View today, not showing as much, but this is just one model output. I still think it's safe to say that we'll have some scattered showers during the day on Saturday, but Sunday's chance, that's the one that has always trended the lowest, and still here on Future View, it's showing very little. You've got North Flow too, so that also helps to try and drive in a little bit of that drier air. Now, temperatures this weekend, nothing too alarming here either. 85 on Saturday, Sunday at 81, and even the dew point looks like it's going to drop a little bit. But returning to your morning drive, we're checking in on some hot spots that have not only had traffic issues this week, but just kind of looking for fog too. Yeah, so I know Jennifer mentioned a little bit of that visibility kind of going down near Wilmington. This is a look at I-71 near the Jeremiah Morrow Bridge, and you can see as those headlights are coming through, this is the southbound traffic here. It is a little bit hazy, so just a heads up if you're taking that portion of I-71 this morning, you might notice some lower visibility out there. Checking in on a couple of different spots along I-75, so we have 75 near 275, and then also 75, that's actually not at Hopple, that was the wrong little locator there, but 75, that was near the Allen Road overpass, and it's still rolling along smoothly. So timing out to 18 minutes between Westchester and downtown. Tamika.
All right, 5:20 is your time right now. More than it's cracked up to be. We'll tell you why health officials say fresh eggs every morning could land you in the hospital. Plus, protecting mama and baby, why coming out early may make things easier and avoid complications. And here's a look at what you'll see tonight, right here on 9 on Your Side.
In today's Tech Bites, the big reveal by Samsung.
Samsung's unveiling its new Galaxy Note 9 with a bigger screen, beefed up battery, and souped up stylus. But with an expected price tag of $950, industry insiders wonder if it'll be enough to compete with the iPhone X. A new high-tech compression shirt is promising to reduce concussions in high-impact sports like football.
The Halo features an impact-resistant collar that fortifies your vertebrae, preventing whiplash. The Halo hits the market in October.
That looks good.
Also hitting stores then is Vector, the latest home robot from Anki. It won't vacuum your rugs or fetch the newspaper.
What it is good for is hanging out, answering questions, playing games, even purring when you pet it. Costs about $250.
So you're paying for a best friend?
Yeah, you and me.
Oh, yeah. Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, sponsored by Downey Unstoppables.
Unstop right there. I'm about to pop a cap of fresh in that washer. With Unstoppable in-wash scent boosters by Downy. Oh, it's so fresh. And it's gonna last from wash to wear for up to 12 weeks. Right? Freshness for weeks. Downy Unstoppables for fresh too feisty to quit. And now try Downy Unstoppables with the original scent of Tide.
Salads should look like this. Crisp leaves of lettuce, freshly made dressing. Clean food that looks this good, delivered to your desk. Now delivering to home or office. Panera, food as it should be.
Why did I want a Crest 3D White Smile? Dinner date. Meeting his parents' dinner date. So I used Crest.
Crest 3D White removes 95% of surface stains in just 3 days for a whiter smile that will win them over. Crest, healthy, beautiful smiles for life.
New this morning at 5:25, a warning for all of you backyard farmers out there, if you fashion yourself to be that. Another salmonella outbreak has been linked to animals that you may actually have at home. The CDC says backyard chickens have been tied to 212 salmonella cases in 44 states since February. That is the 10th outbreak linked to the bird since 2011. The birds carry bacteria on their feathers and feet, and doctors say you need to wash your hands after touching the chickens, and certainly don't kiss them, in case you didn't know. All right, a new study suggests that inducing labor 39 weeks into a pregnancy may be good for both the mother and the baby. The study finds that women who had induced labor at 39 weeks had a lower likelihood of certain types of complications. The study also found that waiting longer to give birth could raise the mother's likelihood of needing a C-section. Time now 5:26. Jury selection continues today in the case against a local woman accused of shooting and killing her boyfriend, when the case could begin again. A disturbing epidemic, the reward now being offered by community leaders after a woman's body was dumped in Middletown. Plus, order to pay up, the legal setback for a former online school that left thousands of students with nowhere to learn. And getting their classroom ready. But for many teachers, it comes at their own expense. The local store now helping with their arithmetic.
9 on your side starts now.
And good morning, Tri-State. I'm Tamika Artist. And hey, we're off to a nice morning. It's 69 degrees outside. No rain to speak of, but Jennifer, it's never perfect, right?
There's always something.
There's always something.
I mean, this is why I have a job and I have things to talk about. So there's that.
We're happy you have a job, Jennifer.
Girl,
we need you.
Thankful over here. Hey, what we are though looking at this morning is fog. So that's the thing that we've got to kind of look out for here and there. As we though get that live look downtown, looks fine. So that's nice to see. Jacqueline and I are monitoring all these cameras very closely for you this morning, but 64 right now in Hamilton, same thing in Harrison, and 70 right now in Florence. Now, the lowest visibility is still Lunken and Wilmington around the 1 mile mark. Fog is one of those things that it's going to constantly kind of ebb and flow. It changes pretty much every 15 minutes on those recordings, and it just means it'll kind of pop in and out. But especially in about the next hour, that's whenever fog, if it were to get on the kind of more dense side, that's when it would really start to peak. So we'll keep an eye on it. Temperatures today make it back to the mid 80s, and you see these little bitty icons there at the bottom of the screen. You will notice I did not have to add rain to said icons. It's a one-day break coming up. I'll break down the return of rain on your Friday forecast and when it will actually start to impact things. But people are out there moving on the roads already this morning. Jacqueline, are we seeing any issues?
And so, Jennifer, it looks like we might have a minor traffic issue on 7175. Yes, at the cut in the hill, unfortunately, but not having the impact that we saw yesterday with that crash there. So 7175 southbound on that left-hand side of your screen, kind of in the distance there. Looks like we potentially might have a minor accident that's just blocking that left-hand shoulder, or that right-hand shoulder rather. But still, traffic is getting by just fine on the southbound side. Northbound, it's timing out to 10 minutes from Florence to downtown, and 471 is in good shape as well. Even though we are dealing with a little bit of fog out there, we're not seeing any delays over on the east side or really up on 71 up near Wilmington. So we'll keep a close eye on it, like Jennifer said, especially if that fog does start to develop and become a little bit more dense throughout the next hour or so.
All right, definitely keep an eye on that. Thank you so much, ladies. A jury selection continues today in the Shayna Huber's murder retrial. The Northern Kentucky woman is accused of killing her boyfriend, Ryan Poston. Now, she was previously convicted of murder, but that conviction was tossed out on a technicality. The defense says Hubers shot her boyfriend in self-defense. Testimony is expected to begin on Monday. A Middletown homeless shelter is offering an award for help with a case involving a Middletown mother. 24-year-old Destiny Williams was found dead behind an abandoned diner on South Main Street on Saturday. Police believe she overdosed before her body was moved to that area and left there. We spoke with her father, Philip Williams, at the site where she was found dead.
Hurt more than you could hurt. She's been struggling with drugs for quite a while. And I got her off of it actually for 3 or 4 months. Took her out of state with me and got her clean, and she come back here to get her kids back and get everything straightened out, and that she never made it.
Bill Fugate with Serving Homeless Alternative Lodging of Middletown saw Destiny's picture online this week, and he knew that he wanted to help. That shelter is now offering a $500 reward for information. In the meantime, the Ohio Supreme Court is telling ECOT to give back $60 million in state funding. We talked about this, a story last year when this happened. The now closed online charter school was ordered to repay that money after questions came up over attendance numbers. ECOT argued the state didn't have the right to use student learning time to determine just how much funding the school should have received, but the courts disagreed. ECOT closed in January. 12,000 students were forced to find new schools. And back to school, of course, means back to spending, not only for families, but also for teachers. 9 on your side's Paolo Suro tells us just how much teachers are spending on school supplies.
This is one of my favorite areas, this miscellaneous, because you never know what you're going to get.
Being an art teacher at 4 schools comes at a cost for Judith Lamb.
If there's a project that I want to do, I go out and buy it.
For example, to make these bracelets, Judith had to purchase beads and stretchy cords herself.
I still spend $2,000 of my own money every year, of receipts that I can find.
The other materials she picked out from crayons to computers for free.
For your information, this is my lifeline.
We know that every year teachers will spend anywhere from $500 to $1,000 of money out of their own pocket.
Judith has easily spent twice that amount, and she's not the only teacher paying out of pocket.
Each year, I would say $600–700 out of pocket. Yeah, if not more.
But by coming here to Crayons to Computers, teachers are saving anywhere from $100 to more than $1,000 on school supplies.
How much do you think you're saving by coming here and getting all these supplies?
Thousands. Every time I come here, when they add it up, it's $1,000 at least, every shopping trip.
With all of this, I would say probably in between $700 and $1,000.
For Jennifer Yelton, Crayons to Computers helps her save so much. She volunteers for the store, but today it was all shopping.
We got here at 11:24 this morning.
Were you first in line?
We were, for the first time.
Paolo Suro, 9 on your side.